This program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today on TMZ.
Diddy, liar, liar, model's hair on fire.
Diddy's got his Dirty Money album release party. All of a sudden, in the background, this pretty girl, her hair catches on fire. Like one of those.
Why are you laughing?
Dude, it is comedy.
That's funny.
Howard Stern was out. He's at this serious party.
One of the guys I work with, Gary's a huge fan of you.
And then he says, is he one of those guys who sits there drinking coffee the whole show? I just picture those guys having just explosive diarrhea.
How do you know?
We got Michael Bublé outside of Boa. We asked him what was the best Christmas gift he ever got. His parents closed his bedroom and they redid the whole thing.
It's great when you're like 9 years old.
Right, when you're getting laid for the first time and you're in a little race car bed.
So Larry King going to CNN Studios for his last show. Sean puts her arm around him, and then she totally grabs his ass. She gets a big chunk of Larry King ass.
He needed to make sure he didn't have a duty in there.
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
That's baseball better average. It's in Jimmy in New York. Fountain is caught a man who dared to turn down an offer for the Yankees. Cliff Lee.
What do you think about that contract?
Quickly, somebody I know him, he's a great guy. Yeah, I'm happy for him. I was going to sign with the Yankees, did the right thing, and decided to sign with the Phillies at the last minute for less money. Did you say he did the right thing? Yeah, he did. Let's be honest.
Okay, anger issues, but he's right. Lee turned down a lucrative $140 million Yankees contract in favor of a near-poverty-level $120 million Phillies contract. Good luck living on that, buddy.
There's a reason to play for the Yankees besides money. It actually means something to be... Never mind.
Wait a minute, finish that point.
Because there's some pride. Some players actually want to be Yankees, not for the money, but because it means something to wear the pinstripe.
Yeah, they're slimming.
Speaking of things totally off point, let's check in with Harvey hit a touchdown Levin.
The Yankees should pay fair market value for who they get.
Obviously.
So your point then is that pride has a value.
Yes.
And that pride in some ways can make up for money.
No, you got it backwards. Just forget it.
So when your contract comes up, I'm going to talk to you about the pride of being with TMZ is what I'm going to do.
And we're going to talk to you about being a cheap son of a bitch. Can we get back to baseball now?
When was the last time you actually hit a baseball?
I played baseball when I was a kid.
Here's the footage.
They stand there for most of the time. They stand there. They're waiting.
Why do I try to talk sports with you?
I'm just saying.
Ridiculous.
Best luck, man. Have fun. Michael Bublé. This is so good.
We got Michael Bublé outside of Boa. Somebody asked him kind of a dumb question, but he had a great answer.
Oh, I couldn't get into, my parents told me that my bedroom had been fumigated. So I couldn't go in there for like a week.
He's like, and I believed it. He said on Christmas Day I was allowed in my bedroom.
And they redid his bedroom?
Santa Claus had magically turned my room to like Star Wars wallpaper and like waterbed.
How cool is that?
It's cool, but
See, that's the thing with extreme home makeovers. I always wondered.
It's like it's great when you're like 9 years old. But if this bedroom's going to last, what's it going to be like for a 16-year-old kid?
right, when you're getting laid for the first time and you're in a little race car bed. Merry Christmas, later, Happy Hanukkah. Howard Stern was out.
Really?
Yeah, he's at this serious party.
20 million subscribers. They said it wouldn't last, and it has, and I'm excited about it. How much you entered the TMZ?
He said that to us?
Yeah.
We are a little young.
Actually, one of the guys I work with, Gary's a huge fan of you. Say hi, Gary. I watch it, Gary. Nice.
You should take it.
That's good.
Because it's not getting any better from there.
Is he one of the guys that sits there and drinks coffee the whole time during the show? One of those guys. I picture those guys with massive explosive diarrhea on the show.
How do you know?
Has he been in the bathroom?
I had to wait 15 minutes to get in the bathroom this morning.
It's so awful.
At Stearns, it's a big thing with their bathrooms. They had to lock their bathrooms, and everyone has the key card access to it. So now they know if somebody goes in and there's a mess in there, they can check the log and they can see who was the last one.
great. She's beautiful, she's successful, and she's pissed off an entire nation.
Apparently she went to Egypt, and she did an interview afterwards and said it was a very primitive place, and that she has no desire to go back.
Laura, how did you upset the Egyptians in Egypt?
As opposed to the Egyptians in Wichita, Kansas?
I'm not talking to mood. She's leaving Nordstrom. She's covering her face.
She went to Nordstrom's?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Guys, we may have a holy war on our hands. Can we keep our eye on the ball?
Egyptian tourism board or whatever freaked out. And the news said that this was an Israeli attack against Egypt through a supermodel.
Yeah, the Egyptians have had a bad run. Frogs, locusts, hail, bar belly.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Haha, yeah, we're all gonna die. But maybe TMZ can put a positive spin on this thing and save the world.
She's promoting tourism. That's what Egypt is known for. They're not known for their, skyscrapers. They're known for their pyramids. You want to say that they're ancient. Ancient is what they sell.
Well, she didn't say ancient. She said primitive. Ancient. Primitive. Yeah, tomato. Well played, sir. Yes, Egypt is a great place to visit, and so is Israel.
Tel Aviv is like the bomb.
No, here's
Don't call it the bomb.
Oh, no.
TMZ promoting peace on Earth since 2007.
How much fun was all that?
Miley Cyrus has won out Steven Tyler. We got him leaving the Roxy, and we asked him if he's ever smoked salvia.
Hey, Steven, you ever smoked salvia? Here we go.
We say it's the stuff that Miley smoked, and he goes,
This is really a young person drug. I mean, like, every 18-year-old knows about this drug.
Seriously?
And people over, like, 25, 30 do not.
See, I wonder if this means that he's just never had any experience, or he started at such a higher level with salvia.
absolutely, that's what I took it to mean.
Miley smoking.
All right, cool party. We got food, we got chicks, we got fire! Chicks, hands on fire! Oh, did the camera catch that? Get out the camera! Okay, see, Diddy was having an album release party at the London Hotel in New York, and comedian Kevin Hart was emceeing. I'm up here in the hot tub.
All of a sudden, in the background, this pretty girl who's all sexy and smooth and like, ooh, sexy in here. Her hair catches on fire.
Why are you laughing?
Cause it's funny! Oh, did the camera catch that? Get out the camera! Get the camera!
Keep rolling, man. This is common gold.
Anyway, the girl's fine, everyone's fine, but
The London is thinking of making Diddy persona non grata.
Why is Diddy in trouble? What did he
Because
do?
it violates hotel policy.
To have candles?
Yes, to have open
What, nobody
flames.
ever had candles in the penthouse suite?
Let me introduce you to Mrs. O'Leary's cow. Bad things can happen.
what? Yeah, okay, when we said backstory, we didn't mean to go back to 1871, but okay. The Great Chicago Fire was supposedly started by a cow that kicked over a lantern. That cow owned by one Mrs. O'Hay. Who wants to see a chick's hair on fire?
They put another girl in the tub who actually got it.
After?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just sit down. Sit down. Put your ass in the tub.
Put hair in her mouth, if you can.
Kevin obviously still in shock over the ordeal. Diddy, too.
Still haven't got
Sure, we can look at your baby pictures. Or roast marshmallow. Fire!
So Larry King going to CNN Studios for his last show.
Are you going to take like a... I got a piece of my check. But they're giving this death to the Smithsonian.
Oh,
In Washington, D.C.
interesting.
So then he goes to poses for photographs on the other side of our camera guy and backs to us, and Sean puts her arm around him, and then she totally grabs his ass.
Oh, she's grabbing his booty. Check it out.
Let me just check to see if you was wet.
Supporting it.
You needed to make sure you didn't have a duty in there.
Oh, she's grabbing his booty.
Coming up.
Tori and Dean Spelling, so they were at a party and she's trashed. Her friend is holding her up counting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like the step. Oh no.
Plus,
Mark Lucas is on Night and Day. When you start asking about Tom Cruise doing all those stunts, I always wondered this about Fear Factor people. Why worry about drinking horse testicles because they are not going to give it to you if it's going to hurt you?
How the hell do you know you wouldn't? Tyler, Go get some horse testicles right now.
What do your attitudes and actions say about you? That you are always complaining, impatient, selfish, egotistical? What do people notice about you? And what do you think they're saying about you? The impression you make on others is important. Even Jesus once asked his friends, what do people say about me? You are being watched, you see. People notice the way you walk, the way you talk, your facial expressions, how you relate to your boss, and if you have integrity. So today, do yourself a favor. Upgrade your behavior. Become an organ of your highest and noblest thoughts. And give people some wonderful things to notice about you. Do yourself a favor and be a person of quality. I'm Dr. Ken Ned.
1 Minute with Dr. Ned, brought to you by the Corporate Stress Reduction Program. Do you know what stress is costing your business?
This is the way most people choose a toothbrush. With so many to choose from, it's hard to see the difference. But this is the way most dentists choose a toothbrush. Fact is, more dentists brush with an Oral-B toothbrush than any other brush. If you could see what your dentist sees, you'd reach for an Oral-B toothbrush too. Trust the brush more dentists use. Oral-B.
Swiffer 360 Duster attracts so much dust, you may never go back to your old duster.
Hey, Duster! Want to attract dust like Swiffer 360 Duster? Then try the Magnet Hat! Whoa! Wow!
Sorry, Duster, but Swiffer 360 Dusters attract dust with over 500,000 fibers and lock it away to clean better than a feather duster. Swiffers go smarter to clean better.
Island Together, brought to you by A and Coastal Community Credit Union.
The loss of a loved one is always difficult, but fortunately there are 10 hospices on Vancouver Island to help people through their grieving.
The holiday season is a heightened time of grief for people. It is a time when people feel loss more keenly. Hospices can help with that. We have Gathering to Remember, which is a candlelight remembrance, and we also have Celebrate a Life trees in the malls. People can go, take a tag, write a little memory, place it on the tree, and we always say that the lights shine in memory and celebration of their loved one. We're just here to walk alongside people and help them to move forward.
To learn more about the Hospice Society and their programs, visit vihospices.com.
Island Together is brought to you by Coastal Community, building healthier communities across Vancouver Island and the Gulf Islands. A and Coastal Community Credit Union, bringing Vancouver Island together. This program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
And now it's time to watch Tori Spelling Totally Drunk off her ass.
Hey, Tori, how are you doing, Tori? Have a good night, Tori?
And that was Tori Spelling Totally Drunk off her ass. Seriously? Yeah, okay, what's the deal?
Tori and Dean Spelling, so they were at a party at Mr. Chow.
Dean Spelling.
Come on. Let's get serious.
He's right. So, Tori and Dean Spelling were at Mr. Chow. Continue.
There's about 3 people around Tori Spelling, and she's trashed. Trashed.
Have a good night, Tori?
Maybe. Her friend is holding her up counting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like the steps.
Hey, Tori, how are you doing, Tori?
To be fair, maybe Tori always has 3 people holding her up. And come on, at a whopping 80 pounds, she's never far from tipsy.
She probably had like a sip of alcohol.
She is thin. Not as thin as this story, but moving on.
They put her in the front seat. They try and act like she's not. Like, okay, get home safe. And she's, of course, waving to cameras.
Well, if Tori sees the camera, she's gonna wave. Drunk, sober, in a coma, she's gonna wave.
They were obviously trying to cover her, but it's funny. It's funny because she got home safe.
Yes, people tend to do that when they're not drunk. Okay, we're done here.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
We got Maria Menudo outside of the ID. She's got a Greek background, if you can tell by the last name. And we go up to her, and today's a culture lesson at TMZ. I did not know this. Isn't there so